Hello and welcome to Failure and Analysis, playing Blood Bowl 2 with my Khemri team. This is game 7 versus Skaven. I'm predicting a 5-0 loss. Rhetorocks 3-0-0, perfect record. He's missing a Storm Vermin though. He's got a Big Hand Gutter Runner, a Horns Gutter Runner, and a Blodge Stepping Gutter Runner. No subs. Alright. I've got 80k. Could take a Skeleton. Or I could take this guy. Yeah, I'll take this guy. He can stab things. Like blodgers. Yeah, that's what I was debating. Like, it seems like plus Agi on the throw rod's a no-brainer. Always take that. But on a blitz route, I don't think I want them carrying the ball. Even if one suddenly got plus agility. Like, I believe the objective is just to make your throw rods the best ball carriers you can manage, and so you're really hoping for plus agi. But your blitz rods have to be free to do the blitzing stuff, and they have to be the best blitzers they can be. Yeah, so agi just seems like a waste. Or not a waste, but a poor choice. I guess kind of a waste. Oh, he's out of position. Yep, that's right. A little redundancy is good. Plus, you just cover more of the field with two killers, so if they go one way, it's pretty easy to isolate a killer. Because people like to leave the middle hard to hit and then leave guys on the flanks, and so a lot of times the only good hit you can get with your killer is on the flank, and then they go the other way. So having a second is just good for covering that. You can always hit with one, especially if one's piling on. You can alternate the pile-ons. And then of course, yeah, if one dies, you need to be able to play that game, the next game. Even a miss next game ends up being really painful, so. I wonder if he'll hit this guy and run through, because I didn't place this guy right. Looks like it. It's silly. Yep. That's right. Plus, this team seems behind, right? On like just kind of skills and power. Like the Tomb Guardians are behind on Mighty Blow and Guard. The Blitzers have block, so they're not really behind. And the throwers have sure hands, but yeah, I don't know. There's only two of them. There's only two blitz rouse, so they feel behind in that sense. But and they also, their progression all seems pretty narrow. Like there's really only one thing they can do, which makes me sad usually about teams. Like I like teams where it's sort of an open canvas when they start and they have a general idea of where they're going to go, but a few attributes here and there could change their identity a little bit and make them a more interesting version or a different version than you're usually playing. Yeah, exploit that mistake. Good on him. Yeah, so put that down as a negative for my impression of Khemri. They're too narrow, too homogenous. There's not a lot of fun, interesting things you can do with them to break them out of their mold.
Sometimes cute animals like this forget the sport. Face the violent side.
Oh, that's an interesting idea. Yeah, I looked at them, but they're not as fast, right? Like a 5 movement ball carrier. Well, he still has to get sure hands. So, I don't know. I don't know. Ooh, snake eyes. Here comes Ali Babad. He's gonna score on you. Ooh, burn another reroll. Oh, and a fail. Wow. Nice, nice.
What's happening down there? Oh, ouch!
Marvelous. Let's start as we mean to go on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or no. Get there. Jeez. Beating up some rats.
Solid cut to the mangy critter and stop it flipping around.
Let's take a quick look at that play. Here's the unmistakable sound of the player's eyes rolling up into his head.
He ignores rain with the big hand? Oh, he does. Nice. The little text matters.
The blessing of the dogs of chaos allows this player to pick up the ball.
Yeah, me neither. I do like that. I wish there was more skills like that. Just added like weather ignoring effects or weather enhancing effects.
Something's about to happen. Keep it here on Canal Vision HD.
Whoa, that skaven moves like a brown streak.
Well, that's wonderful.
This is not this guy's game so far. Oh, cool. Yeah, very long legs. And you can't use safe throw with it, like, or against it, so it cancels safe throw. It's so funny.
Safety in numbers.
The player's fist is approximately the same size as his entire opponent. Smack.
Got him.
Player to lead his team. Well done.
Nothing permanent, though.
Did you see the pass ball? You sometimes miss the subtlety. Desperate need to see something being hit.
Hey, they're moving the ball really well.
Yep. It's the tripwire.
Extremely fast. The other team must wake up.
That was pretty hard work. 4 re-rolls.
Wakey. Once you
No! I didn't get my KO back.
That's a gap that can be filled.
Possession is the key to winning. Let's drive the coach crazy, as his team has just kicked
So
it
we're
away.
both down a player.
Has the referee finally noticed?
Oof. And a touchback. Wow, glorious. Glorious.
All execute. And the other team stealing away. It's like peeling an onion. Remove the layer before you get to the good stuff. There's nothing better than hitting someone smaller than you in the gym. Less pressure on the ball. It's a good one.
Fairfight can be so overrated. There's always room in sport for a scrap like this.
It reminds me of the famous story of Nurgling and the Great Unclown. But this time, no miracle.
Nothing like a tomb guardian runner. Once it gets block dodge and sure hands, it's gonna be great.
Touchdowns are coming. Studio Wizard has promised me at least one more before the final whistle.
No rerolls.
Put pressure on the ball. Can't argue with
I'll
that.
take it.
Make one foul. Leave the ball right. Highlight who gets hit next.
And everybody stayed down. Take that as well. Oops.
and the injured layers. That surely regenerates it.
Not sure I would throw this block here. Better off with the Blood Stepper, I think, on my ball carrier than a 3-die against. It's likely to result in him not helping himself.
Will the big one manage to lend an opponent half his strength? Sometimes the underdog better dodging out of the way rather than blocking the ball.
No, Jim. Strike first, run later. That's always been my motto.
Glare to the ball captain.
Lots of KOs. Just can't get these guys leveled up. Now I gotta run full move every turn. Both turns left. Get this in there.
That's it. Force him back and then pow!
Ooh,
I love the sound of the skin.
freebie.
Sounds like victory. They're building a cage around the wall here. It's a solid tactic. That one's got fists bigger than ham joints. One less annoyance for me.
Will the big one manage to lay out an opponent of half his strength?
Ooh, dead. There's some SPPs. Oh, it's on the same guy though. Stop being a hog. Now his rat ogre's free.
I've heard stroking him on his belly.
That's pretty big. I like it.
They make me fast.
Without a reroll, you should probably be dodging this corner. Use that reroll instead of 1 and 6ing.
You'll need to get the ball forward. The end zone is in sight.
Last burst of
That could be a problem.
Risky.
Dope.
That speed will be difficult to catch.
Tail jump. All you need is the tail.
it's going to be a hard one to seal the deal on. Unless I can get a POW there. Hey! He's done it. Take my same advice here. Need that reroll for this hit, most likely. Oh. I get a POW here, push him here, and GFI in. Nope. I can still dodge, but unlikely. I should have double GFI'd him last turn to put him on the end zone. That would have given me a lot better options for chain pushing and blitzing and blocking. The 6 for the dodge. There's another one. Hey, Two-Tail Brown, how you doing? A fair question. I got a touchback. So I gave him the ball. And he almost scored. No. So I'm out 1 and he's out 2.
I wonder if I was king, would I want to return to the game? One team is lighter, not a significant difference. Can impact the game. They've kicked the ball to the opponents. Now it's time to think defensively.
With these guys, I want to say 1, 2, and 3. Maybe 1, 3, and 2. Real bad, either way. Game 7 here. I am indeed.
Tasty.
Underworld still sitting pretty. Jump Pie Jim, who's third, has been playing and losing some, so he's pretty far back. I've been doing the same with my Amazons, so I'm pretty far back in second now. But third place is pretty far back for me, so but my team's pretty wrecked at the moment. I think the Underworld team has a lot better chance of actually making it.
On balance, further passing.
Elyad's High Elf team, which is the guy who has the better Amazon team, is high up there, and he'll probably want to play them, but there's somebody hot on his heels. There's a couple teams that are real close to him, so him being top High Elf, although there's a pretty good chance, is not guaranteed. So I'm wondering, or I'm thinking that it's going to be Underworld that I get to play.
There's nothing better.
Let's start with a 3-die POW with Mighty Blow on this annoyance.
Arms like tree trunks.
Oh, I just took it.
One resulted in black
Took it like a man. Uh-oh.
It reminds me of the famous story of Nagling and the Great Uncloak. But this time, no miracle. The player's fist is approximately the same size as his entire opponent.
The 75% or the foul first? These are the questions. Especially since if I don't pick up the ball, he likely can, so I think I gotta do this first. Hey! It'll make the foul easier too.
That's a solid play. I want to see the opposing team have a go at the ball.
Yay! Goodbye. Goodbye. Yeah, I think I was leaning that way, but I think Underworld is probably where I want to go. So, the decision's being made easier by my continued self-destruction with the Amazon team. Now the damage is adding up.
Haha, you're some friends. You won't leave him alone anytime soon. One more step, and
Yeah. Anyone with mutations, yeah. They definitely have the weirdest skill tree. And it helps your team in a lot of different ways. Things that help agility play, things that help strength play, defensive. So just makes every team better.
that's it. Get in their face.
The first pick, the starting abilities are Stunty, Right Stuff, which allows them to be thrown, and Dodge. And then their first skill up is usually 2 heads, unless they get a double.
They're getting up close and personal, Bob.
You need to be close. So close they can smell your breath and see the dead insects in your teeth.
There are 3 starting skills, is that what you mean?
Move right next to
Oh,
each
okay.
other.
Base agility is 3, so most of their dodges are 1 and 9s. Their ball pickups. Plus agility makes them amazing.
Next time they should hire a team
No
player.
blitz for you. Sort of. 2 heads gives them a +1 when dodging. So all dodges are +1. Does not help them with ball pickup or landing when they're being tossed or throwing the ball, catching the ball, any of that stuff. So plus agility helps with all of those things. So it's the greatest greatest thing ever for them. But if you can't get that, most of what they're doing is dodging, so it's a pretty good second choice.
They're building a cage around the ball here. It's a solid tactic.
Yep, 2 heads is definitely a thing on Beastman. That's not bad at all after block, dodge, sure hands. A lot of people go 2 heads. Some people go extra arms, but I think once you have sure hands, extra arms is sort of me. Whereas 2 heads can help you a lot better, help you a lot more. Make those critical dodges when you get your ball carrier based.
They've gone into the opponent's tackle zone. Should be good.
Hey, no ceilings. How you doing? Welcome to the channel. Strengths and weaknesses of the Khemri. Strength is their strength. Thank you very much for the follow, Furious Warcom. They have 4 guys that are strength 5. So very strong. Their weaknesses are they have no players with more than 2 agility, so it's difficult for them to pick up the ball and pass it and catch it. They're not particularly fast. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can be surfed, but if he wants to commit that much, that's okay. Well, we got the loner off. And if I want to be crazy, oh, he blitzed. I was gonna say if I want to be crazy, I could go surf him, but yeah, such is life. So that's one of their big weaknesses, no ceilings, is trouble with the ball. Their Tomb Guardians, although very strong, are pretty slow to level, I've found. A lot of big guys start with Mighty Blow, and so they can pick up SPPs a little faster, they can level up faster. And their big guys they don't have one of the typical nega traits, which a lot of the big guys have, which is really stupid or wild animal or boneheaded, things like that that just make them sometimes not work on their turn. So no, I haven't. Cactus, how you doing tonight? I forgot. I did forget. So very strong, not good with the ball. Pretty slow, but not super slow. But right, yeah. And the big guys, you know, pretty much across the board, level slowly only because of, one, their nega traits, and they don't have access to block, so it's hard to get them reliably leveled. And you don't want to use them as your first and only action because they can fail and cause a turnover and whatnot. So, so yeah, it's difficult to level them, and
Gone into the opponent's tackle zone. Should be good.
they don't have enough like blitzers, in my opinion. So they only have 2 pieces with starting with block, and the common setup you can only afford 1, and so they start pretty slow is another weakness. And their Tomb Guardian's hard to, because they have a trait called Decay. When they do get injured, they take 2 injuries, and if they don't regenerate that, then they can die easily. And so it makes them somewhat fragile in that respect,
To assist their teammates.
which is a tough thing to have on big guys that are slow to level in the first place, and you rely on quite a bit to make the team work.
They're getting up close and personal, Mark.
You need to be close. So close they can smell your breath and see the dead insects in your teeth.
Yeah. Yeah, no ceilings. That's a really fair assessment. Orcs have 4 blitzers. Their blitzers are faster. They're also very strong, but not quite as strong. Their black orcs also level kind of slowly, but will have armor 9, no decay.
That's it.
So,
Get in their face.
and 2 agility, so you can occasionally feed them a touchdown. Yeah, so a lot more reliable. They're also way tougher across the board, whereas all the skeletons have 7 AV, so they're kind of easy to remove. They have Thick Skull, which helps them with KOs, but they're still real easy to stun, which can be annoying because stuns really add up. AV 8 on the blitzers, AV 7 on the throwers. So they have one side that's really heavily armored, and then the other side of the team, which is usually what people target in order to get numbers up on you, is very low AV. So that can be difficult to deal with. Yeah, with good positioning in Tomb Guardians, which I'm not great at still, you can minimize the impact of Claw and Mighty Blow by not giving them easy 2-die blocks against your Tomb Guardians, which means they'd have to go after your skeletons, which are sort of the ultimate anti-Claw unit, because they have a 7 AV and Claw doesn't help with them with that. and because they have thick skull and regeneration, so they're harder to remove, and when you do get them removed, they could possibly come right back because of regeneration and be ready for the next drive. So I really like skeletons when you're battling a lot of Mighty Blow Claw, oddly enough.
Can be so overrated. There's always room in sport for a scrap like this.
Check the ring, man. Make sure the bling isn't damaged.
Must have went the wrong route. Either it's going to be a move. Well, somebody help the ball careful.
2 more stones. Don't like this. The thing about scoring threats, especially when you have a lot of time left, is if this guy were back here a ways, let's say participating in the defense, and he were able to free the ball and get it to him, this guy could run from here all the way down to here where I couldn't catch him. So in terms of like his starting point, this is just, it's too far forward, except on a turn where he has to score in one turn, or that turn. So I don't think you should leave guys this far ahead. I think you should leave them back here where they're maybe granting an assist or something like that, or participating in the defense, especially when his numbers are so low. This is just an extra man he's down, unless by some chance he gets the ball. He's also further away for like whatever pass attempt or whatever it is he's going to try. Whereas he could be right here for a handoff potentially and then just sprint down, and there's no way my guys can catch him. So yep, a lot of dwarfs have been doing that. Just guard and stand firm, not even mighty blow. Just be super annoying. It can be very effective. The way to beat that, Kislev, they just jump right over it. It's pretty funny that that dwarf strategy has a weakness against a team I consider to be a struggling one in the meta. But that's how metas work, right? Answers come from the strangest place. Well, I think I'll move my cage over here. Oh, the super cage, yeah. A lizard guy tried that against me. The problem is, well, with stand firm it works, right? Yeah. Pretty ridiculous. Pretty ridiculous. And yeah, I hope they don't have a fireball. Stand Firm is a very, I don't think it's underappreciated or undervalued, but it is just so nice to have in so many situations. Like, it's not the most popular, obviously block and dodge and, you know, the usuals are taken, guard, mighty blow, but man, Stand Firm is just that unsung hero. Does so much work, even though it's a 4th or 5th skill pick in a lot of cases. Thankfully, dwarves already have block and tackle, so it comes faster for them. Who do I want to hit? I really want to hit this guy. I should probably hit this guy, though.
This player likes to be well assisted.
This is sort of what's called a net. Like, this is the cage, but if you're with spacing, they call this a net. Makes it hard for him to get in and do assists. Like, he has to make a lot of dodges. They're relatively easy dodges, but in order to get assists on cage corners and stuff, like, he can't go through. He has to go all the way around with his pieces, which helps with that, or run the risk of trying to get through. He has to roll out a lot of extra dice just to get in there. It's particularly good against Skaven because they have fewer dodge pieces that are ag 4.
You know, I may actually say something witty next. Just waiting for players and the coach to do
Yeah, I could have fouled, but I didn't.
Please, just be into it.
I'm running out of these dudes. I needed both of them for cage corners, so. And it was only a lineman. If I had a juicier target, I probably would have put more thought into it. I like this little battle. Loner skeleton. Perfect. Just took his rat ogre out of the game for a while. He's going to eventually push him off the field, but yeah, this guy's got it. It's pretty good because you're going to have a guy who wants to hit the ball carrier, and +1 strength when you're blitzing, which is what he's doing, is really good because it usually evens up your strength, your starting strength, with the guy who's holding the ball. So this guy will probably get wrestle and tackle, maybe strip, you know, that kind of thing, to try and get in there and knock that ball loose. Because being two strength to start, you're already doing 2 dice uphill against the average ball carrier. That's before guard, so that's a great way to even it up. I'm not sure it's a better choice before wrestle first. Wrestle makes you survive, more survivable, and I'm not sure 1 dice without wrestle is better than 2 dice with 2 dice against with wrestle. Bellahopia, what have you done? You failed to regenerate. Oh, but then you double skulled superhero. Haha. If you had a good name, it's like if you had the name of one of my followers, I would definitely hire you. Come back. That rat ogre is done.
This formation gives them a safe progression. It's gonna be hard to make them lose the ball. Less pressure on the ball. It's a good move.
All right. Woot! Thank you for the bits. Oh, you're seeing this, aren't you? Yeah. Some good action here.
Bigger they are.
The harder they punch. He's on him now, like a halfling on a hot dinner.
Yeah, I should have moved him over one more. If this block goes poorly, could be a problem. Like that. But I did it. Game, stop fighting me. Ooh. Wow. More blood for the blood god. And Herviek. Or is he the blood god? Wait, he leveled off that? Meat Doge. What up? Making things happen. Oh, that's nice. A freebie there. Ooh, and a stun. It's rolling in now. Finally a game where I'm feeling like the bashy boss. That's right. I'm not sure what the relationship is. Is it the blood and then the bits, or the bits and then the blood, or is it just all both? Does it work both ways? What's happening? I'm not sure, but I like it no matter how it works, because I want more of both. 50-50. Uh-oh. No. Oh.
Get up or get off the field.
Got away with it, though. Alright. I think I just run it in, because I don't have any... I have a reroll, but I'm not real confident. You are lucky. Better to be lucky than good. Woot.
Last minute touchdown. Will either team have the guts to score the winner in the time left?
And he's back. He's back.
Rise and shine, some of those
The smaller the team, the harder it is to score.
All right. So it's possible he can one-turn me here, so I feel like I should defend. If he gets a riot, I'm pretty much doomed. If he would have succeeded, would he have called himself skilled or lucky? You should ask him. No, this guy is salty. And I get the feeling he has one of those personalities where all I can do is make him angrier. And that can be fun sometimes, but he's played okay. Like,
Have you tried yet?
I think he prioritizes Rat Ogre a bit much,
Lord strength made by the Skaven of Clan Pestilence.
and his skill choices aren't the best. The skill order, I think, is the biggest problem. Like, he should just be filling up with block and dodge and wrestle first, and then start to specialize his pieces. But yeah, I don't like to. I try not to overly frustrate people, I think, that are new or still learning the game. Like, this guy's, he's got some of the basics down, and he's getting there. So he's sort of at that point where he's either gonna become a better coach, or he's gonna feel like he's hitting his ceiling and get frustrated and quit. And I don't want to be the guy that pushes him towards that. I'd rather give him opportunities to figure it out and get to be a better coach. What is he upset about? Just the apparent luck that I had, right? And yeah, he can't. I don't think he can objectively identify the mistakes he made on defense. I also kicked the crap out of his team, so this is the other thing that's bothering him, right? It's tough. It's tough to learn the ropes in this league with a Skaven team, because this has got to be fairly common, you know. Like, he probably has games where he beats people 5-0, which is what keeps him going. But he has probably a fair number of games that look like that. So it's tough. Rather than that sort of dwarven middle of the road experience all the way, where every game's about the same. You either tie or you win by 1 touchdown or lose by 1 touchdown. He's praying for a riot here, it looks like. Oh. Very close. Yeah, how is that? How many times do you meet teams that are just sort of ridiculously built?
About to say, Joe. Suffice
You know,
to
because
say,
people have wind farmed themselves. You know, like, that was the original problem with Open League, was that you spin when your friends are on, or you have a second computer running a team at the same time, and you just let the team farm SVPs on you. And if you've got a real opponent, you just quit and fire it up again. Because people don't care about their records and got their teams to that perfect spot. So how often do you see teams like that? Or are there a lot of coaches that are just kind of doing what you're doing, which is hoping to play in a league where you can kind of learn and experiment and play different kinds of teams and that kind of thing?
The team has possession.
Now's the time. One of the teams is gonna play hitting up their collective
Okay.
space that they need to
Well, that's
activate
good.
before time runs out.
Yeah, I'd love it for it to be an environment that's really healthy for newer coaches. I just know that back when that was the only league we had, it was pretty garbage.
Because two big guys is always better than one.
Sounds like crickets. There's only going to be one result in that spot.
Yeah, it's like he knows there's a way to do a one turn, but not quite sure how to pull it off.
Pass. Let's start something exciting in the dying moments of the match. That ball goes faster than us stumbling with the runs.
Here comes the foul. Respect. Too tall, Brown. You're about to get fouled. Oh no, he got called off. Was it successful? KO.
With the fairies. Watch out. Murders. Did you see that ball?
Of course I did.
He took his frustration out on you.
No more stamping on the red.
I can't forget the ref that said someone off.
Ooh, new kid levels again. So all my SPPs going to 2 players. 15 armor breaks. Felt like a win, didn't it? Yeah, a lot of blocks. Whew. If I'd played that first half just a little bit better, my Tomb Guardian had the ball, that would have been a win. Wow, look how even those dice were. I mean, I was super lucky. Decent block dice, though. No, actually. I take it back. Pretty bad block dice. Pretty bad. And he had pretty good. Nope, he had pretty bad.
Mid-local by playing matches.
Let's see what we got.
Or you can select a coach to play
Run
against from
52
anywhere in
with the
world.
level up.
Even lustily.
What do we got? Normal or strength skill. So I guess guard here. Guard's always good. Probably block here. I would accept plus agility though. No? Alright. Block it is. He's a great ball carrier now. Meat Doge. What do we got for you? Block. More block. I got 4 players with block now. Yes, it does, Herviak. It's the most common result of the block dice. So when I look at the statistics of a game, you sort of add these two, compare them to pushes, and then add these two and compare them to pushes. So there's like 3 categories, kind of bad, good, in between, neutral. And these can be good, and obviously when you have more block than they do. And these can be neutral if they have more dodge and you don't tackle. But generally speaking, yeah, you want more 5s and 6s essentially than 1s and 2s. That's what I mean when I say good dice and bad dice. Alright, that was game 7 versus Skaven. We drew, got a couple levels, 3 level ups. Pretty nice, coming along nicely. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe, and come follow me on Twitch. I'll see you soon for another game.